Uncle Steve episode, and today we're going to talk conspiracy theories.
Yes,
Yes.
conspiracy.
So we put our tinfoil hats on, and we're going to get deep in all the woods. The conspiracy theories that are real, the ones that we think are real, the ones that are definitely not real at all. You know, if you go down rabbit holes, there's a whole bunch of them, and it just never ends. So,
Yeah.
what's one conspiracy theory that interests you, Uncle Steve?
Who killed JFK?
Wow, who killed
Yeah,
JFK?
get deep. You want to get deep? Let's go. Who killed JFK?
Well, Lee Harvey Oswald was an ex-Marine. He was on the 6th floor, and then he got the rifle, right? He got his shots off.
Yeah.
I definitely believe he killed him.
Yeah.
But was he the only man?
Nah.
Were there other gunmen? Did other witnesses really disappear as they were being asked questions by the the people that were investigating it?
Yeah.
So I guess Lee Harvey Oswald also, he had a Russian wife.
Yes.
He was in Russia.
Yes.
He was in the Russian embassy in Cuba.
He tried to get
months
Stalin
before.
in Russia.
Yeah. Wow.
And they wouldn't take him.
They wouldn't take him.
They wouldn't take him.
Wow.
This guy's a nutball. Let him go. We don't even want him.
Jeez. So, yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, like the mafia got him killed, the CIA turned on him, the Russians finally got somebody in to do it, or that Lee Harvey Oswald was just a lonely gunman and there was nothing else attached whatsoever.
Okay. Do you believe that it was acting alone?
Do I think he acted alone?
Yeah.
Not. I mean, I'm willing to believe that there's a lot more to it than just that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm willing to believe that. Yeah, there's a lot of books out there that contradict a lot of the Warren Commission, right?
Yeah,
Tell it was the
right,
Warren Commission.
right.
So, I mean, a lot of things happen at that time where you could get away with a lot of things that you can't really probably do that now.
Mm-hmm.
The way technology was then to what it is now.
Yeah.
The way everything is what it is then to now. Everything's advanced so much to where everyone with this country, with all the information at your fingertips, it's easy to go back in the time to like, okay, where was everybody? What did they say?
Yeah.
And then you can put, but by that time, it's been so long now that it doesn't even. I mean, to me, do I care about who killed JFK? Not on a personal note. I think it's just an exciting subject. I love American history. You see what I mean? So I'm not gonna be like someone killed my president. No, I mean whoever did. I mean
they had reasons.
They had reasons, and we don't know all the reasons behind it.
No.
But JFK, he also he tried to have the CIA abolished. He tried to get the money away from the Federal Reserve so that he could print it through the Congress.
Right.
And then the Bay of Pigs, where he screwed all that up apparently, right? Where they were sending people to Cuba in the last minute.
He screwed it up.
So what happened with that?
So I don't know, but the conspiracy theory goes that the day before Kennedy was assassinated, in Latin America and South America, they were already printing that he was dead.
Damn.
So that's a deep conspiracy if they pulled that one off.
Right. Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be published still because of the international timeline. So that's interesting. Very interesting. But I think the money will have to go on Mafia and CIA, but not the Mafia.
Yeah.
Branches of the Mafia.
Okay.
And branches of the CIA.
Yes, I agree with that. Like not all of it, just some little parts.
So we want to give a vote on that?
Yeah, I think that's
I think that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And there may have even been more people involved as well.
Oh yes, yes.
You know, people who just haven't thought of.
Billionaires would have been involved, which we do not know their names, but we all heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after JFK was assassinated, his brother was assassinated, right?
Right.
By a lone gunman as well, but this guy was stir crazy, right?
Yeah.
Sirhan, little cuckoo in the brain, doesn't remember why he did it. And
Right,
he said he
right.
was, he was
puppet.
Yeah. So So the conspiracy, right? Yeah, the conspiracy theory is either he was a terrorist, or he was what they call an MK Ultra experiment, where they hypnotize the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Then he gets all spun up and he just does what he was hypnotized to do and kills him.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You know?
Yeah, could have been either way.
Either way. And then don't forget JFK Jr.
Yeah.
Right? Dies in an airplane with his family.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was like old school. It felt like. I mean, that's the conspiracy theory. It's the old school where like you get him and you get the rest around him. So that way, nothing comes back on us.
If we really want to get deep,
saying
that J.F. Kennedy's father went to the mob to have Kennedy made president.
Yes.
And then the father probably never told the son, because that's the way the very filthy rich operate. They control everything, even their own families.
Yeah.
So his son didn't know, and his son got his brother in there against the FBI. He was against the CIA.
Yeah.
I mean, against the mafia, and he was against the CIA.
Yeah.
So they probably just punched his ticket and said, "Oh yeah, after all we spent and all we did, bye bye."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he did a speech. JFK did a speech about secret societies and people like doing things behind the doors, and basically calling out a shadow government.
Yeah.
Like months before, and then people were all excited about that, but that was short-lived.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know what he had to do with the UFOs though. Was he going to release some information on UFOs?
Yeah, I don't know because he did know. Well, to link that would be saying, okay, check this out. He knew Warner von Braun, right?
Yeah.
Like he shook hands with Warner von Braun.
Right.
He loved Warner von Braun. He was talking to Warner von Braun. Warner von Braun told him that he would take him to the moon.
Oh.
Right. That's when Kennedy's like, hey, we're gonna go to the moon. Or where did he get that idea from?
Yeah.
Warner von Braun. Warner von Braun, an ex-Nazi. Right? He was the head rocket scientist of the Nazis.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get deeper, what they're trying to say is that Forbes magazine printed out that they said that tall white space aliens helped the Nazis and all of them. That's why they had the rocket program and they just slaughtered all these other humans like they were subhumans. And so it goes all the way, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, then there's aliens.
I think there's a lot of rabbit hole in that theory.
Yes, there's a lot of rabbit hole, but I'm just telling you that's out there. That one is out there. Yeah, Forbes magazine printed that.
Yeah,
about the tall white space aliens.
Right.
Because we know why they printed that.
Why?
Because a popular newspaper in the country of Iran printed that tall white space aliens ran Nazi Germany, and once they destroyed Europe and everything, they transferred over to the United States, and that's where the aliens actually rule the country there. And that's why it became like the superpower and all this stuff.
How about this devil thing?
Well, he's always a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might have done that on his own.
Yeah.
After he screwed up Germany so bad and Germany fell, then they had to get the devil over in the U.S. to screw the U.S. up.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's a lot of devil worship in this country, in the military, and everywhere else. And scientists do it, and other people. And
more than
rock stars, and actors, and musicians, and civilians, and people who know they are, and they do it.
Yeah.
Then they act like they don't, but they really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those kinds of people are definitely out there.
Yeah.
But so JFK definitely went away. His whole family went extinguished pretty much, and what is left, they are politicians by the book, huh?
Yeah. Well, the other theory is that a certain billionaire looked at JFK's wife.
Yeah.
Said, "I want her."
Damn, she did marry a billionaire afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what get the ball rolling.
Wow.
Because I think you need to probe so many billionaires in the club, which don't exist.
Yeah.
And then the government's got to play its part in the proof.
Yeah.
So, don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much wacky stuff out there that any of it could be true, and we would never know it.
And how would we know? Yeah.
How would we know?
Yeah, that's true.
They did their job. They covered it up.
Yeah, they covered it up and they knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blame it on everybody except me.
Yeah. And yeah, JFK, that's a deep conspiracy theory. So okay, that's a good one.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, okay, so now since we almost dove into aliens, what about the Tic Tac video? What do you think about the Tic Tac video? Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I think it is authentically genuine.
You think it's genuine? So that's the one where the pilot, the Navy pilot,
Yes.
Fravor, he was flying really fast.
Yes.
For the Navy, with all the other pilots to find this. They didn't know what they were looking for. Then they found the Tic Tac UFO going above the water, shooting at speed they can't go.
Yep.
With no propulsion systems behind it of any kind.
No propulsion system. Wow.
UFOs
have the ability to go in and out of the water without so much of a splash. It is believed they do this with a time capability. They actually change time.
Yeah.
And that's how they're able to go into the oceans and out of the oceans and lakes.
Yeah.
Without making a splash of water.
Wow.
Now the propulsion system, how they can travel so fast like that, they just make a little time bubble in front of the ship underwater.
Yeah.
And then they just go as fast as they want.
Wow.
Water doesn't slow them down like it does for us for a submarine.
So the science is way above.
The science is so far advanced from us, and we're like little bugs to them.
Bunch of ants and rats to
a bunch of ants and rats, a bunch of rodents, who knows?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about alien abductees?
I mean,
you gotta get the anal probes.
Like we said, like when we talked about that before, I do believe in, like, say, the Travis Walton story. Only because you're talking about 6 witnesses, or how many? 5 or 6 it was.
Right.
They all passed a lie detector.
Yeah.
They passed multiple lie detectors tests. That was the one in Arizona.
Yeah.
That was the one in Arizona. They made the movie on it called Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
So, and then he was missing for a long time. Came back. He had mental trauma, and he passed the test, the lie detector test.
Yeah. And they sure wanted to find him guilty. That's for sure.
It ruined his life.
Yes.
He had nothing to gain for it. So he said, screw it. Then he wrote a book and kept to what happened.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you want me to do?
And
pretend it didn't happen? Something like that?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Amityville Horror.
That's the haunted house, right?
The haunted house.
Yeah, haunted houses are definitely real.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's all made up. I think they confessed to it.
Oh. Yeah, that story I don't know too well.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on it?
The story is that they went into the house and the house was haunted. They went through all these things. But it came out, it's real.
Yeah.
Then it came out and said, oh no, it's not real. So
okay, so then they just carried the story.
They just carried the story.
Alright, that does happen.
Yes.
That definitely happens.
Yes.
Alright. People are just saying, okay, so then that reminds me of, here's one story where I believe it a lot of times, and there's other times where I just kind of sit back and say maybe not. It's the Bob Lazar story.
Bob Lazar.
So where the 1980s, he went on the news and said that he used to work for an S4 military base.
Right.
And he also worked on he worked for a college. All his education.
The guy who disappeared probably because he had a check from the CIA or something.
Yeah.
The check was for a certain amount of money.
It wasn't a lot of money.
Wasn't a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing the government does is it pays its people well.
That's true.
Overpays them for loyalty.
Okay.
And if he had a little check like that,
you're talking about that tax return he had.
Yeah. What was he, custodian?
Maybe a custodian. That's what I'm after saying.
Yeah.
So then he could have just fabricated the story. He could be nothing more than what do you call it?
Satellite to the CIA.
Yeah.
Clean cabinets or showing off guns or whatever.
Yeah, like he's extra. He's just extra information that's not real.
Information that's not real.
to get you away from the real information.
Right. To mislead you.
So if you pay attention to his story, you're not going to know these kinds of things that are really happening. And if they ever do hear about that, we're gonna figure out where it came from. You know, the real information.
Right.
So
why does the government lie about UFOs? Come on.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so if we're the only ones with aliens that rule the world,
No.
Hold on. If that's something to that scenario that we have UFOs, or we have UFOs with aliens that just run shit whether we want them to or not,
right?
That they have secrets that they don't want other countries having. So, like, say, like the moon landing. Moon landing definitely happened, but there's other people saying that some of the footage is forged. So maybe when they displayed the real footage, they put some bullshit footage out there, not because it was a bullshit landing, because we definitely went to the moon, but just so that the other scientists can't catch on to everything that we were doing.
Right.
Because you don't want them to reverse engineer everything that you did.
Right.
So it keeps us ahead, them behind, we're in charge.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give them the breadcrumbs. You know?
Look at it this way. What government in the world has the most to lose if UFOs are proven real? The United States. Reason why it's a superpower.
Superpower.
The number one superpower.
It is.
If it's no longer a superpower, then what is the U.S.?
Right.
Just another country.
Yeah.
If it's just another country, why should they be in charge of anything?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That way they throw away the suspicion and try to keep it bottled up for as long as they can, so that they can be in charge.
Yeah. Right. And there's like other conspiracy theories out there saying that, like, check this out. What if, like, say we got just check this out: President Bush, President Clinton, Putin, President of China, all these different presidents that we've had and have, Carter, Reagan, all that. Like, even though we did elect them, they went through a natural selection process of election, and people did it, and it all happened. Cheat, not cheat, whatever. However it happened, there was the results. That's what we got. It's kind of like how nature makes the queen bee, or the queen ant. It's our way in nature of how we created our super leaders. And aliens could also have a factor in all of that. Beyond our thinking, because if our closest ancestor is the chimp, and we're like way smarter than that, then the next thing up is an alien. The intelligence level would just make we'd be nothing compared to them. And there's probably people that wouldn't even be able to accept that because they just want to be smarter, and we wouldn't be.
What gorilla and what tribe do we really care about who's going to be in charge of the rest of the world? None of them.
Right.
So I don't think they don't care about it.
It depends. I mean, there could be scientific experiments going on this planet by aliens, right? Well, they're like, okay, we know about evolution on our planet, but we also like to scientifically be involved in the evolution of this planet too, because of all kinds of factors: control, knowledge. You know.
Do you think that aliens have helped or hindered mankind's progress?
Okay, probably both.
Both, but more. Which one was more?
Well, I mean,
what they didn't like, they just squashed.
Check this out. So the further back you go in time, let's say we go to Jesus backwards. Jesus backwards, you go into a lot of pagans, which also goes into a snake worship around the world, where the Egyptians had the snake on the forehead, and then the snake mount, the snake mound in Ohio. You've got the snake worships from the Iroquois Indians. The Iroquois means rattlesnake, and all these other Native Americans that believe in the serpent way. America in the native tongue, from what I looked up, it means land of the plum serpent. And then if you go into China, where they got the dragon, or anything old of England, where they had dragons too, lizards. The Aztecs and Incas, they had lizard gods. So you have all these lizards and snakes and dragons of worship back in the day, and all of that in the Bible would be considered as a satanic type of thing.
It says in the Bible, be as wise as the serpent.
Yeah, be as wise as the serpent, but as innocent as the dove. And they weren't being innocent as doves whatsoever because there were human sacrifices, cannibalism.
They passed themselves off as demigods.
Yeah.
They killed human beings.
Yeah.
As well as themselves.
Yes.
So they're far from perfect. Not the kind of guy you want in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should just tell them we're not interested in doing another galaxy.
Right. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so you got all that going on. So like then what we have, we're in the Bible where God and everything.
Yeah.
God and his people start punishing everybody. And,
do you know anything about John Wilkes Booth, who killed President Lincoln?
all I know about him is that Booth shot him in a booth.
Yeah.
And also that it wasn't he may have been part of a secret society.
Secret society.
So that's all I know about him.
When they were looking for John Wilkes Booth, they couldn't find him, so they get somebody who filled his place that they brought into trial, prosecuted, killed, so that the gap would be filled. That it would be said that America didn't have the power to find the president's assassin.
Wow.
Because Booth had wrong color hair, he was the wrong size, and he didn't have a limp, which he broke his ankle doing the jump. So,
so there's the conspiracy theory that the body isn't actually him and he got away.
Right.
Damn.
That he got away and went to England
and they covered him up.
They covered it up.
Wow.
They said, we're going to have our man no matter what, even if we got to make him up.
Huh. That's interesting.
Interesting.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I saw a program once and
Yeah.
they said something like that. No kidding. You never know, right?
Yeah, you don't know.
Back then they didn't have DNA and forensics the way they do today.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was the president, that was it. Tell you what, especially in the military.
Wow.
And there was a military police